Hey guys, so I am in Sardinia. Just kind of ending my time in Italy, and I realized I haven't talked about Slovenia. And I went to write a blog, and I'm all blogged out. Just like that song, 'cause I'm all cried out, but I'm all blogged out. So I figure this is a good chance for me to vlog and just kind of see what happens. So, Slovenia. Ooh. Is this a good angle for me? I don't know. You're probably staring at this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I'll explain that. Because listen, I got myself in a little bit of a pickle, a traveling pickle. And I stressed myself out. On the outside, I was calm and cool and collected. But inside, So, but we'll get to that. First, Slovenia. So Slovenia, was magical, was great, was wonderful, and I loved it. It was definitely a surprise because I thought I would go from Croatia and just kind of stop for a couple days and then hit Italy where it's all gonna happen for me. But actually it started in Slovenia. So got there, had a fun couple days just in shock and awe of how beautiful and wonderful it is. And I signed up for a beer tour, which I found on Pinterest, because duh, that's how I get all the tricks when I'm traveling. People always wonder, how do you find stuff? Pinterest, it's so good. Anyway, I found this pin, and it was like a hipster's guide to Slovenia, and it had a beer tour, so I signed up, and guess what? I got a new friend out of it. Yay! Iva is awesome. I love her. She's great. She took me around, and she fed me, drank me, gave me beer, and it was fun. They're very similar to Denver in the fact that they love their microbrews and all of that, so it was really fun and really sweet. And then, yeah, so that was kind of like the first leg of my trip, like just shock and awe and beer and Iva, and it's so great. And then I get this message from my friend Jack, and he's like, hey, are you still going to be there this weekend? Because I'm coming. And I wasn't going to be, but I also wanted to go to Lake Bled, and part of traveling like this is just going with it. So I was like, okay, that's good. I'll be here this weekend. I'm going to take one night and stay in Bled and see the lake, and then I'll come back. And so I went back to my hostel, and lo and behold, there was this new guy in there. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? Where are you from? And he's like, Brazil. And I'm like, you're from Brazil? And he's like, well, I'm from Brussels. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you live in Brazil? And he's like, no, I live in Brussels. And I'm like, hold on. Is this like how I'm Italian but I'm American? Or is this like, what is this like? And he was like, well, I lived in Brazil for many years, so I just call myself Brazilian-ish. I don't know. It was confusing. Anyway, I'm like, cool. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm just figuring out how to get to Bled. And I'm like, oh, me too. I'm going to go tomorrow. And he's like, me too. You want to come? There's a bus, 8 o'clock. And I'm like, cool. Do it. So little did I know, I signed up for quite the excursion. I may have gotten married. I don't know. It was just interesting. It was beautiful. Everyone, look at my pictures. Check it out. Visit Lake Bled. It's amazing. But I don't know if it's just me or what, but this guy was just like, let's do this. Like, and I'm like, I thought we were just catching the bus together. Anyway, we get there. It's beautiful. The second day, I'm like, okay, well, I already booked a night at the other hostel because I want to get back to go to Iva's coffee tour because duh, I love coffee, I love beer, but more than that, I love Iva, and I just want to spend time with her. Anyway, he was like, okay, well, there's this other lake, and we can catch the bus, and you can do that, and you can get back. And I'm like, okay. So I meet these girls from Australia in the hostel, and they're like, you should make sure, because some of the buses, well, it's kind of confusing, but I bought a ticket. It was to Bled and back to Ljubljana. Ljubljana is how you say it. No one knows how to say it, but Ljubljana. I made sure. Anyway, I got the ticket and they were like, you should make sure because some of the bus times aren't for that bus. So you should just make sure. So I'm like, okay. So next morning, my boy Toy and I get up bright and early and we're like, let's go get some breakfast and then we'll go to the store and get some lunch for our picnic. I'm like, cool. And this is where it gets interesting. So I'm like, okay, do the market. I'm going to get this sandwich and here's what I'm going to do for breakfast. And oh, there's coffee, da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, you got everything? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what did you get? And he's like, I'm just going to have these biscuits, aka cookies for lunch. So my little boy Toy, my Slovenian boyfriend, who's Brazilian, but from Brussels. I don't know. Anyway, he is really just like a 7-year-old boy and just wants cookies for lunch. So anyway, it's fine. We walk over the bus, get to the bus. And then on the bus, right before we get on the bus, actually, I tell boy Toy, his name is Nico, I think. I'm terrible at names. I think it's Nico. Sometimes you meet these people and then you're like, what's your name? I forgot. Did we even introduce ourselves? That happens a lot, actually. Anyway, so I tell him, like, right as we're getting on the bus, hey, if this is like more than €5 each way, I probably won't go because, yeah, I'm not trying to spend that kind of money today on this random lake excursion. So we get on the bus and I'm like, okay, one ticket. And he's like, €5. And I'm like, €5. So I turn around and I'm like, sorry, it's €5. I'm going to go. And he was like, what? And I'm like, bye, have fun, have a blast. That doesn't sound like me. I don't know. I don't know what does. Oopsie daisies. Anyway, so I go back to my hostel. I see my little Aussie friends and they're like, we're going to Ljubljana. And I'm like, me too. I'm going to go with you guys. So we get back. I go to my hostel. They go to theirs. We exchange info. And then I'm like, I'm doing this free walking tour tomorrow, you should come. So then we do the free walking tour, it's great. My friend Jack comes, it's great. Jack's like, I was supposed to couch surf, but instead I got this hostel that's shitty. It's literally the worst hostel on the planet, but it's fine, he survived, he's great. And this girl's like, the couch surfer was like, well, let's at least hang out. So I work at this theater. Do you want to come see a play? So all four of us, my two Australian friends, Jack and me, are like, yeah, we'll come see a play. So we meet up with her and she's like, okay, so it's kind of like this one-man show. Well, actually, she was like, you can go to one of two plays. One is kind of boring and long. It's all going to be in Slovenian. You probably won't understand it, but there's that play. And then there's another play that's also in Slovenian. You probably won't understand it, but it's kind of a one-man show, and it kind of speaks for itself. And we're like, obviously that one. She's like, cool. Just so you know, it might get interesting. And we're like, oh gosh, what does this mean? I mean, the theater, huh? Okay, we're ready. So anyway, we all go, and it's this little baby theater. It's all blacked out. It's just guy on the stage, which is just right in front of us. It's really great and really easy, and the lights go down, and we're like, okay, it's happening. Lo and behold, this little thing that we're about to see gets crazy. The one-man show involves masturbating live and peeing on the stage and jumping over chairs and like yelling at people in their face and bringing them up on stage. So yeah, that happened. The four of us, my new friends and I, watched a guy masturbate on stage 3 times, actually. It was, yeah, we did it. Woo! And I'm here to talk about it. So anyway, I didn't talk about it, but I did go on that coffee tour, and it was really great with Iva. And then Iva was like, I think I'm driving to the border on Sunday if you want to ride, and then you can catch the train to Venice. And I'm like, yes. Okay, so it works out. It's great. And then she emails me back, and she's like, actually, how do you feel about my friend coming? And how do you feel about us taking you to wine country? Who would say no? I don't know. Yes. The answer is yes. It's always yes. So, Sunday rolls around, homegirl picks me up, and it's fantastic. She takes me to her favorite spots because she's a foodie and a drinky, and I like it. She knows what's going on. And we eat the foods and drink the drinks, and I was in heaven. I thought I was in heaven. She took a picture of me. You probably saw it on Instagram, and I think that was heaven. I think it will be heaven. The border of Italy and Slovenia, wine country, yummy food, great people. Yeah, that was it. I loved it. So yeah, Slovenia, huh? And then she dropped me off at the border. So that was my little Slovenian excursion with a couple anecdotes. Don't know how this is gonna go, but just wanna throw it out there. It's more of a story tell, if you will, less of a top 10, But if there were a top 10, it would probably be like, Slovenia, why are you so beautiful? Number 1. Number 2, it's like a mini Rome or Paris or Vienna. It's like, what? It's cultured. It's got great food. It has like the canal with the water and the castle, and yeah, that was great. And then the beer, number 3, coffee, number 4, and the people is really number 1 probably, because the people made that city so great. Yeah, that's a top 5. That's what I'm gonna give it, a top 5, because I just loved it and I have nothing bad to say. Like Bled, hello, you know, I got married and then it was annulled. Like Brittany and I have that in common probably. In some culture, I'm sure saying yes to get on the bus just means marriage. Whoops. Well, lesson learned, okay? Yeah, so maybe it's 7, maybe 7. We'll see. Yeah, anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks for trying this out with me. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna be a thing, but yeah, this is it. If you're wondering where I'm at, I'm in Sardinia, but by the time I post this and edit and post and all that jazz, I don't know where I'll be. So on that note, see you on the flip side, boy. Okay, that's probably not gonna be my side out. What is my side not gonna be? I don't know, I'm gonna work on it and I'll see you guys. I wanna see you guys, and hopefully this and this and this and this and this can all get resolved. And yeah, you're probably like, back to those. Where's the story? Just wait, wait. We'll get there. Let me edit this video. Let me post it. Let me see what you think. Leave it in the comments. Text me, Facebook me, tell me what you think. And if we like it, we'll do more of these. At which point I'll talk about this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this friend, and this friend, and this friend. What? And then, oh yes, got one here. Like, I don't think in my whole life, even in my prepubescent days, did I have this. It's catching up to me. Actually, you know what I think it is? I put some sunscreen on my face and it was more like oil-based, and I think that's actually what it is. But I'm also wasn't a traveling pickle, so more on that to come. Stay tuned. Love you guys, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye. I don't know what my exit's gonna be, so I'll just do all of this to see what I want it to be. Okay, bye.